The 19th China Digital Entertainment Expo, also known as China Joy, runs from July 30th to August 2nd in Shanghai. What new games and cutting-edge technologies do companies have in store, and where do they fit in present Chinese gaming market? Reporter Wei Lingtang has more.
We get first dibs trying out this new game, ahead of its reported launch in the second half of 2021. Known as Tower of Fantasy, it's geared around stories set in an open world. The player gets to choose his or her own storyline in this action role-playing sci-fi game. The company behind it, Perfect World, said it's embedded new technologies such as an increased interactive special effects system for a better playing experience.
Last year, if you look at the pandemic, people has to stay at home. All the products are actually more reactive. They have to produce online content, online way of accessing for their consumers. But this year, when they get used to it, when they become forming a habit of consuming online content, they will again pursue better experience.
Sony launched their PlayStation 5 in China in May. It's receiving a lot of hype at its booth.
It's not just about the mobile game or PC game. I think there's more space for console game in China, and that's because we are kind of latecomer in this market. So we are the challenger, and I think we can deliver the new value for the Chinese audience to experience.
According to official numbers, sales revenue for China's domestic game market rose almost 8% year-on-year in the first half of 2021, hitting 150 billion yuan or about $23 billion. The number of game users in China rose a marginal 1.4%, reaching 667 million, almost half of the country's population. Now, this begs the question, is China's game market reaching saturation, and what growth avenues are there?
I think the number of users will steadily grow for another generation. The reason is very simple. People in my generation never exposed to games when we were young. But nowadays, if you look at that, for the next few generations, everybody being born with screens and being born with electronic online gaming, the esports. So when we were so crazy about Olympics, next generation would be crazy about Dota.
Still, fans want Chinese game developers to do more.
The pandemic has seen big game developers around the world reduce the number of games they put out, but the quality of their games is still high. In China, the rise of the mobile gaming market here has made domestic developers complacent, leading to fewer games of quality.
I'd like to see more diversity and inclusiveness in the games. Compared to other countries, our games are simpler, more market-driven and lack feeling.
Industry players and consumers are also calling for fairer market practices and a healthier competition. Wei Lintang, CGTN, Shanghai.